I'm Aaron with Erskine, and today what we're doing is we're clearing out all this property here behind us. We got a 2-acre swath here that the customer wants to have cleared out. So what we've got here is, anywhere from 3 to 6 inch trees. This mower here is rated for 10 inch, and we're going to use that to clear out everything here behind us in combination with our Grapple here. So we're going to use that. These are the two main pieces when you're doing any kind of land clearing. This is a typical customer project here where they would come in, there's 2 acres, they want this thinned out, cleared out so they can walk in the woods, take their dogs and kids out. So we're going to use these two pieces and show how just using only these two, you can do an amazing cleanup job on a property just like this. So we've had the customer walk it beforehand. We've got some marks and some rocks and things marked through here, so we make sure we don't run into too many debris. We don't want barbed wire and things like that. I mean, it's hard to avoid those at all costs, but always walk that property first to see what you can avoid to keep your equipment in the best shape. So again, we're gonna use the Grapple here and the BCX mower, and we're gonna go and clear through this. We'll show you before and after footage just to see what you can do with these amazing two pieces of equipment. So as you guys can see behind us here, we leveled this land. I mean, this thing is not a mulcher, to be clear, right? We are not mulching the land here. We're just doing some land clearing, so the dogs can run around and stuff like that. So we still do have debris left in here. We piled some stuff over here with the Grapple. You guys will see in the video, some bigger chunks, but basically we took anything underneath 12 inches out and mulched it up to a degree, But I mean, the biggest thing about a mower and these two pieces is the fact that, the Grapple did a little bit of work, but not a ton, because the mower did the bulk of it. I mean, basically, a couple things here. When people run these mulchers and they don't have a mower, I don't quite understand that in the fact that the amount of things that we ran into out here that weren't supposed to be here. You can see here, there at some point there must have been a fence in here. We sliced that in half. Didn't even know it was there, found it out later, but it's got a nice clean cut across it. Plenty of concrete. There was an old shed down below. And then, here's again some of the remnants of the shed there, the very heavy, thick piece of wood that was just sitting there. And the thing is, that's the thing about a mower, is it saves the time and the energy on the mulcher as far as the upkeep to go through and find these little treasures before you take that mulcher in there that has the teeth that need to be replaced when they hit the rocks. We caught a piece of wire in the back that it wrapped up, and this has the wire wrap protectors on it. So I seen it, stopped, took it off. Whereas I think with a mulcher, that thing would have been wrapped up in there. We would have had to go and get out the grinder and cut that apart. So I think this is really a big piece for these two pieces in general for doing something like this, where the customer isn't looking for exactly a fine finish. They're looking for something where, they can work on it. They can rake this up if they want to. They can let it decompose over the years. There's some bigger chunks through here. But if you see it, it created this kind of park-like setting where you're able to, let the kids run around and the dogs play and things like that. And this was done with just these two pieces, and this being a standard flow 80-inch mower on a standard flow machine, and both of these fitting on the trailer. I mean, I think they just perfectly complement each other, and they're doing projects like that. So when you're starting to look at Grapples and pieces like that and mowers, look at those pieces and consider what they're made out of, how many blades they have, the types of safety features they have, the type of steel they're made out of, the bigger cylinders, because these two pieces here can easily help you start a business if you want to do land clearing. Again, not mulching, not going to step that up, and I'm not a great operator. you know, but I mean, you can really see what this did to this property behind us and see the videos of the trees that we cut down and what we were able to do. I mean, the unique feature too about this push bar is I was able to shut the mower off when I had some really big 24 and 36 inch trees and just take the mower here and push those debris out of my way. So it didn't slow me down. I shut the mower off, I pushed them over into a pile. Those can be cut up and burned later. I didn't waste my time with it, and that was nice because I didn't have to use the grapple a ton. To be honest, I just pushed everything over into a pile and out of my way, and I continued on to be able to do this. You know, I think it looks really nice, really happy with the finish. I mean, we put this mower, you know, kind of through hell today in the fact of what we ran in some big rocks, and as you can see, all the pieces here. So, you know, visit ErskineAttachments.com and find your local dealer and check out these two pieces that can help you start your land clearing business. And if you have an existing mulcher, you know, these things again save that headache of being able to find those hidden treasures that can really wreak havoc on something like that. So again, visit ErskineAttachments.com or a local dealer near you.